Hello, hello. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, I'm gonna be playing Empire. Trying to get ready for the Total Tavern Grand Finals. Apologies for the messy hair, but we're gonna be trying to get to the Grand Finals. We wanna win it. I wanna be the best player in the world 3 times in a row. And what does that mean? That means we gotta learn some solid factions that are well rounded. So take a look-see. This Empire build. Most of the games we're gonna be playing, I'm gonna go for a very safe man-tide-esque style. Maybe we'll try out some wagon kite. War wagons are very strong. Sunmaker. Sunmaker is amazing. Is Grand Final scheduled yet? Not scheduled yet. But we're gonna be an early bird. Practicing nice and early. Free Company Militia are also really hype. Empire Cavalry are a lot more lackluster. But I think they will be good enough supporting their rather efficient infantry. Yeah, we can try out some life magic. Try out maybe some Elspeth shenanigans. I want to go for very safe builds today, though. I don't want to get caught off guard. Player-wise, we have a good number. We got some Wood Elves. We have some, got some Nurgle, some Tzeentch. Charix is playing today, by the way. Charix playing Wood Elves. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Yeah, he's back. He's back. I was really hoping he was gone. He's gonna be a big hurdle in the grand finals, but we'll figure it out. So let's just make sure we have everyone's checked in. There ain't no issue. Charix didn't actually check in yet. Make sure to check in if you are playing today. Charix isn't playing at zone U2. Let's see here. SU. There we go. And Fallen. Alright. Alright, so we'll just give it a quick second. Alright. This will be spicy. We actually have a lot of signups today. Alrighty. So we'll just yeah, I want as little adminning as possible once we actually start this bad boy. Jeez, that's a lot of signups. Are we gonna need a 2-rounder tiebreaker? We might. We might. Maybe I'll do a top 16. Oh boy. Alright, generating the bracket. The goblins. Round 1. And it looks like we have Martin. Oh boy, starting it off strong. Here we go. We're up. I'm Empire. This should be fun. Martin's been quite active. He's Tzeentch. That should be a pretty good matchup for Empire. As far as I can tell, Soul Grinders are just so bad that they just don't have a wagon counter. But I'm ready to be wrong. Better to learn now than to learn later in the grand finals, you know. All right. I wish Franz was good. Franz used to be meta, not anymore. Also, yo, new patch. It's patch day. Or it's hotfix day. They fixed the bug apparently. Apparently, people have been having no issues. So we got some Zinch action, alright. My opponent is first map ban. Looks like no one's messaging me that they didn't check in. That's a very good sign. Oh boy. I would really hope. I think today I want to see if my Empire can beat Wood Elves effectively. I think my Empire is quite strong versus many factions. Wood Elves is kind of sus. Cathay will be some good practice too. We'll see. The Rogue Idle bug? What's the Rogue Idle bug? Also, no one uses the unit, so it's okay. Who cares, man? I'm starting to get convinced that CA just doesn't want an SE meta. So they'd rather they be not used than overused. Is it really fixed? I don't know. If it is, it's an okay sign, but I'm not gonna let them off the leash just yet. Not that I can guide CA much, but I think the main thing I want to see are some actual substantial bug fixes for 7.0. Because just fixing one bug is not really a sign that they're not going to do it again. Like, preferably we see a shift towards more polished gameplay. So we'll see. Bans Altar of the Champion. We can play Cursed Oasis. I guess that's how. Or Rift at World's Edge. Rift is, yeah, that's not bad. Let's play Rift. Alright. So Zinch. Do I have a Empire vs. Zinch build? It looks like we do not. Fun. So Zongors are very annoying here. You gotta be able to deal with Zongors. I think that's the main thing. Silver shielded, very good at clearing chaff. They're kind of a menace, but he can only take 5. If you start with the Rogue Idol in your army, any units you summon in won't get the global buff it gives. Oh, dang. Yeah, that sounds pretty garbo. That makes it even worse than it already was before. I'll report that bug though. Might as well. Bugs. Let's see here. My chat said that the Rogue Idol doesn't give its global buff to summoned in units. Alright. That should be good. Haven't tested it much myself. Do there is a frequent green skin main. Alright. Yo, I went ahead and reported the bug for you. Alright. So Zinch, what am I doing? Beastman recruitment is really funny. Malagor and Morgor do recruit new units and new armies. So is that like, does that count as also fixed? Let's see here. Okay, still have to figure out Zongor counters. I'm sure Burning Head is okay versus them. I could use Lore of Death or Lore of Fire. Tzeentch tends to armor spam pretty hard, but the wagons kind of kill them. I really just have to kill Zongors. It's literally it. There's nothing else that matters to me. Lord-wise, this is fine. Okay, alright, so that's okay. Does anyone know if Sigmar's sons actually win? I guess against Tzeentch, you'll just always get... You'll always get wrecked by their spells. You kind of don't want to get spell cast to death when you're playing the Empire here. So you can't really afford to take anything expensive. Kind of pigeonholes you, actually. Torox and Kazrak don't recruit stuff? Yo, that's crazy, man. One step at a time, though. I just hope it's more than one step a year. Let's see. What am I even supposed to do for Tzeentch? What am I supposed to do? I don't want to take anything expensive, bro. Okay. I can do a little bit of this. Is this good? Is this even good? I have so much random money lying around. Oh, okay. I can do this. Okay, there we go. The perfect spend. The perfect spend, it matters way too much to me and many other people. Here we go. Oh my god, what a glorious perfect spend. All right. Sick. So I think this should be good enough. Am I like extraordinarily confident? But it's Tzeentch. Tzeentch is actually fairly low win rate. So we'll see. I am bringing war wagons. Who would have guessed? I really want him to take a soul grinder here, just so that I can confirm my belief that the soul grinder does not cook. Perfect spend equals perfect build, absolutely. So here's the rough idea, right? Hear me out. I have a bunch of infantry and a bunch of archers. They're there just to have a place for my wagons to fall back to. We have nothing expensive here. Everything here is really cheap. So Pink Fire should have no targets, as it's a fairly popular choice against Empire. Ready? Good luck, have fun. Marcus has a net, as always. And okay, he went, yeah. Went to Cultist. Alright, that's fine by me. Some Forsaken. 10 units. 3. Yes, 2 units that are stealth in the trees, I guess. Okay, I feel pretty comfortable. Looking at this build, there's no real threat. Technically, he wins versus my infantry frontline very effectively. We're seeing Zongors and Forsaken. It's naturally just very strong. Oh, I didn't see what was in there. Is that a unit of oh my god, he took Chosen? Versus the wagoning? Oh, geez, alright. Now this is getting interesting. So the guy has some of the most elite slow infantry you've ever seen. He actually has a very, very heavy infantry build. But this means we can go ham with the wagons. So they're just gonna force them back. Be annoying while I secure that point. If he summons in like a Centaur or something, I can ward it off with my cav. That's not a big deal. And already we find ourselves peppering away at a couple Zongors. What's not to love? He only has one capture point. This is actually fairly comfortable for us. I kind of hope that he summons a Centaur here too. That would be perfect. Oh yeah, yeah, give me that. Yeah, yeah, there we go. So it's gonna net him down. Whoopsie daisies. Ruh-roh. That's a 1,200 gold cav unit. Oh, the humanity. Now, does he have another Centaur here, or is that it? Because that is the pick of the day. Was not ready for the Marcus Wolfheart. He got absolutely Marcused. Absolutely Marcused into oblivion. That's a mega value play. Oh my god. And they're routed. Oh, jeez. Is that his only Centaur? I really hope that's not his only Centaur. I would have expected another summon by now, so I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen it yet. His Zongor's getting bullied. I want to keep shooting them so that they continue to rout. Ah, they do rally. Okay. Well, it's fine. We got a nice solid pick. We're just gonna fall back from the cultists of Tzeentch. His chosen are miles away. Actually kind of close to literal miles away. So that's a pretty good plus. Alright. And it's over! Martin, I will say, does have a... he's very predisposed to leaving early. But players do what players want to do. I had 4 losses. He had 58. Kind of feels like we don't actually get to, you know, we don't really get to play the match though, right? Because now I just have to sit around and wait. But yeah, I guess the Centaur loss was too much for him. I was feeling very confident after the Centaur pick, but yeah. Flawless victory. Nah, I lost 4 men. Those 4 Empire Knights and the horses will never be forgotten. Alright. Let's see. He did have another Centaur summon, huh? Interesting, interesting. But yeah, that's just Martin. It's fine, honestly. I think, yeah, I think it's fully within his right. It doesn't bother me that much. It does mean that we have to sit around for like a little bit. But like, we're not gonna force a man to play a game that he doesn't want to play out. Also, this is the build. This is the 0 spend. The idea is, I'm pretty sure we can actually run a quick test here actually. If we go here and then we go to Tzeentch, and then we take a soul grinder. So let's see, like 2 soul grinders versus 4 war wagons. Who wins? Price wise, they're technically very similar, but we'll see. Could find someone else to play. Oh yeah, just play like a show match versus someone. I could. But yeah, so this is the soul grinders, right? So if you look at their damage, are they shooting? What are they doing? What are they doing, bro? You see that? They weren't even shooting for a while. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what was going on there. That was weird. It was weird. They just weren't shooting. But yeah, they just don't really have a lot of DPS versus the wagons, right? Wagons can just kind of chill. Not to mention you can also summon a cannon. So you have to defend your soul grinders. And that's pretty rough. Empire can kind of just push into your face. What was happening there? Replays. Let me see this. I might send this. Because that was really janky. Let's see here. Bugs. Where are my Warhammer replay? Where's my Warhammer replay file at? There we go. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, they were so synchronized too. Yeah, synchronized dancing. Oh man, yeah, that's hilarious. Beautiful game. Beautiful. Beautiful game right here. Now they're shooting. This is what I mean. These kind of problems. I swear, if they don't fix like a bunch of these issues, if they don't fix a bunch of these issues by the time we get 7.0, jeez, man. Oh my gosh. How good is the warrior priest? Not good. People never run him. I want to see that again. I don't know if they're like retargeting or what. Yeah, I think the AI is like giving an attack command and then canceling it. What are they doing, bro? What is this? Yeah, it's like they give an attack command right before the unit shoots and then cancel the attack command. I think the attack command is actually canceling the attack though. That's disgusting. An attack command should not cancel the attack. If that's what's actually happening, whatever. I think in my head though, if I can just show off. Yeah, anyone want to make a... Does anyone want to clip that and make a Reddit post? I think that would be a hilarious Reddit post. Hell, I'll post it. Oh man, you know, maybe I'll clip it myself while we're waiting. Let's see here. Unless someone's already made a clip. Let me check. If you've already made a clip, I'll use your clip. We gotta keep them we gotta do a thing. A reminder to the community that the game is still extremely broken. And I wanna stir up a storm. You know, if Legend has taught me anything, it's that CA will listen to people rioting more than your internal feedback. What happened that this madness started again? No, the madness has always been here. Now, this is no hatred towards the workers at CA, by the way. Let's see here. Yeah, this is no hatred towards the workers at CA. This is specifically at like whatever internal issues they have. Like, you know, CA is, they're fine. There's a lot of fine people trying to make the game work. What I don't appreciate is whatever decision making that leads to them, whatever decision making that leads to them. Crap, I didn't get the clip. 1 second. But yeah, it's whatever decision making that leads to them leaving these bugs in forever. I'm just really good at teasing them out because I've been playing the game for so long. So in a normal campaign, you won't notice it. But yeah. All right, so one last time so I can get the clip. Reminder to all of you that while it is very good that we have gone CA to fix the AI being broken, you must remember that the AI is still really broken. Basically what's happening here is the AI is giving, I believe, an attack command right before they shoot and canceling it maybe. And that's making it where the Zinch Soul Grinder isn't shooting. This is part of the ranged unit issue, where ranged units just keep getting their attacks canceled very easily. And it's been in the game since launch. It's been in the game for literal years. I've been complaining to CA about it for millennia. And I just want to make sure, you know, I'm not here to review bomb, by the way, but I just want to make sure that these bugs are still known so that they eventually get fixed. That's all I want. That's all I want. I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna send it to Reddit. And then we'll be good. Sigmar demands blood. All right, let's see here. So how do I get this clip? All right. There you go. This should be a good clip.
That while it is very good that we have gone CA to fix the AI being broken.
Indie game developer.
That the AI is still really broken. Basically what's happening here is the AI is giving, I believe, an attack command right before they shoot.
Just making sure the clip is good.
Maybe. And that's making it where the Zinch Soul Grinder isn't shooting. This is part of the ranged unit issue, where ranged units just keep getting their attacks canceled very easily. Been in the game since launch.
Oh, wait, why can't I save the clip?
Game for literal years. I've been complaining to CA about it for millennia. And I just want to make sure, you know, I'm not here to review bomb, by the way. But
Come on. Come on.
reminder to
All right, there we go. And we check the video.
for millennia. And I just want
Luminarch, yeah. Luminarch shots.
years. I've been complaining to CA about it for millennia.
All right. So that should be good. It's not letting me make the clip though.
And I just want
How do you make the clip, bro?
the clip. Reminder to
All right, there we go. Oh, I gotta add a title, that's why. All right.
CA about it for millennia.
All right, there we go. Game is still broken. All right, and we save the clip. Very nice.
To all
All right, copy the link. We go to Reddit. I remember someone said that they were thinking about what's it, that apparently the Reddit mods didn't like me. I don't know if that's actually true though. Am I watching a stream of Ent watching Ent? Yeah, I'm making a clip with the whole broken war wagon thing. All right. What goodies? Let's see here. And then how do I create post? Link. All right. I can also put an image or video, but I think if I do the link, it's probably fine. It'll work. Monstrous infantry size entities fight wars in the forest. Yes. Anything that's large. All right. So make the post. Also, reminder not to bully the devs about this. But I also don't want other bugs forgotten just because what's it? Just because one major bug was fixed. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. This is to bring attention to the issue, and hopefully we get a future where polishing the game is CA's main prior, or is higher on CA's priority. CA's list of priorities. All right, and then I think that's everything I need to do. Ain't no Redditor got an attention span for that. It's the main thing is just a Twitch clip. It's okay. Add flares or tags. Warhammer 3. Add. All right, is this how you read it? Is this how you read it? Dang it, it's not. It posts the link, but it's not the video. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Delete. Yes, delete. Let's see here. I have to post it as a, I have to download the Twitch clip or something. What is this garbage? Why is Reddit so jank? Also, I gotta make sure the tournament is still running. Is the bracket still going? Oh, it's done. Nice. Advancing the Swiss. Goblins. Round 2. And then I'll get the thing. Oh, nice. Someone else posted it. Oh, nice. Someone did make a clip. Oh, hell yeah.
What are they doing, bro? And then cancel the attack command. That's like retarded.
All right, nice. Someone else did make a clip. Hell yeah. Thank you very much. Oh, Meaty Dangler. Let's go. All right, so what? Do I have to download this bad boy? How do you do this? Sure. Download source clip. And then we go to Reddit. And then we import image and video. And then we'll be good. Yo, yo, I'm Empire. Oh, nice. We're playing against Venitaki. Nice. Alright, we will get to back to your regularly scheduled warhammering in but a second. I just gotta make sure that I got this right. Alright. Alright. Vampire Coast. Alright. Imperial Road, Proving Grounds, Bray Valley. Proving Grounds is a weird map, right? Isn't that the one with the skull? It is. Okay, so I'll ban that one. Ban Proving. Alright. Vampire Coast. This one's a pretty chill matchup though. You just shoot him to death. I think I even have a pre-save build. That should save me a little bit of time. And then you just charge Nurgles with Empire Knights. That's basically it. He wants to play Imperial Road. Imperial Road, alright. Yeah, it should be fine. I got enough to kill Crabos too, that's nice. Silostra can be a little bit of a menace, but I think we'll be fine. I don't really have to overthink this. Let's see here. All right, I'll finish this Reddit post and then we're good. But I think, let's see here. Also, this is my Empire build. Even though one major bug has been fixed. Let's see here. Should still be a focus on polishing the rest of the game. There's so many issues in the game, and even though one major bug has been fixed, should still be a focus on, yeah. I think CA should, alright, be good luck, have fun. I think CA should, alright, I'll finish this post later. I have a match to get into. Alright. Alley-oop. Alley-oop. And boom. Alright. Good enough. Alright, here we go. Back to the match. What are we looking at? So I really want to try and make a push for actually getting the game updated. I know it's not the most entertaining thing to watch me type into a place that you can't even see. Oh dang, that's a mortars. Oh dang, you went mass mortars. That's crazy. I'm gonna sun make them. Yeah, I know it's not super exciting to watch me just typing, but I'm fed up. I'm fed up with all these bugs and problems. The people's response is, can get them to fix this specific and nuanced concern I have. Honestly, I feel like if they fixed specific concerns and nuances, like I still think that's something that's important to do. Because I do think the game is lacking a lot of polish. But at the very least, they should address it, right? Like, you know, maybe it is just spaghetti coded into oblivion. And there's no way to actually effectively fix, you know, all the issues. But like, I think it's, I think they should at least mention them, you know. I feel like that'd be great. Also, it's Sunmaker time. There we go. But yeah, I'm hoping, well, I'm hoping it just draws a little bit of attention is all, really. That's all I really want. All right, getting some messages. All right, and we're good. All right, let's do this. What do we got? It's a bunch of zombos. He gets point number 1. This map is pretty good for us, though, as it's quite easy to secure points. The Sunmaker, of course, is super annoying for Vampire Coast to deal with. You get some Nurgles in there, all right. But yeah, as long as these mortars don't blast me, I'm okay. Did they just shoot? It's kind of hard to tell. Ouch! Oh, they did. All right, a little painful. There's no way he gets Nurgles to flank me, right? Whoop. There we go. I should be able to secure this point. And then we can just use the Sunmaker to, I guess, just blast his infantry. I could also get a cannon. That feels a little excessive. Though, outright grenade launchers, they'll be very hype against the zombies. We'll definitely be using some of those guys. And then I'll just keep dodging the mortars. In theory, you should never get hit by mortars if you're good enough at the game. But I know that's easier said than done. Let's get another burning head down. He's hammering my my poor guys over there pretty hard. He's also dodging my Sunmaker. But I think we're still up trading here, all things considered. And I have the capture point. So what's not to love? Yeah, he's just focusing the flagellants a little bit. That's not a big deal. Thank goodness he doesn't have too many cannons or anything. And then Operation make sure Nurgles don't just show up out of nowhere and murder me is now online and operational. Who's he targeting? Still my infantry line, so we can just chill and shoot with my archers. Sunmaker will continue to be a menace. And if I can desummon this bad boy, if we can desummon the Sunmaker, that would be so perfect. But I need it to not die. If he randomly jumps it with a ton of Nurgles, that would be bad. So far, though, it's doing pretty well. Oh crap, he has, what is that, pistol mob? Alright, we'll target them down. Probably get a huntsman unit over here. Looks like the Sunmaker is doing totally fine. And while his mortars have been painful, we're definitely still up trading rather well. Gets a little bit of a spell on me. Not really much worth worrying about. This is the artillery dance, by the way. The great artillery dance of Warhammer. Mortars are only good until you run into an opponent that's willing to just dodge them like no tomorrow forever. Now, Value Tracker's severely off. We can safely ignore that for now. I still have the middle point, though, which buys me a lot of time. In a slow burn game like this one, you want to... Yeah, you'd rather just have that more mild kind of slow play, focusing on the cap points and all that. His mortars ain't doing too much. Who are they targeting? This archer unit? Alright, so I'll dodge that archer unit then. And we'll just keep using the grenade launchers. Any units that are crumbling, we don't really have to worry about too much. So we target. Let's look for Nurgles. You can tell I'm terrified of Nurgles right now. Cav charges are good though. Dang, yo, the grenade launchers cook so hard here. Who's he targeting? These archers. So I'll keep moving those archers in. Prepare to be Sunmakered into oblivion. The great thing about accurate mortars too is that they are easier to dodge because of their lower accuracy. All right, nice. And I'll just do some of the Sunmaker. We'll get a couple of range units in. Just a couple more range units. His bombers are suffering pretty bad. Then I'm gonna get a cannon and just start blasting these guys. Since it seems like he kind of wants to play a slower game, I think we'll be better off doing it like this. Bomber mobs again massacred. All right, and now he has doggos, so we're just gonna get some Empire Knights. We're gonna go over here. Just gonna keep blasting them. And then I can actually take a little bit of a frontal fight here. That's not too bad. A lot of his units are crumbling, by the way, which is very good for me. Then we just gotta keep dodging. So he's targeting these archers, so let me move those archers. That's the name of the game. This is a very bad matchup for Vampire Coast, by the way. Especially if we're microing it hard like this. So that's another Empire Knight. We'll get him in. There's the Nurgles. So you got to be a little careful about the Nurgles. You kind of want to just hard focus fire them with archers and then get a good cav charge. But they're definitely a pretty big menace. These archers too, they got to keep moving. And we'll say the micro is a little difficult. We'll get in there though. Boris can definitely help kill off a couple Nurgles. Who's he targeting? These archers, so we dodge with the archers. Couple dogs are not an issue. And then I can start thinking about getting the Sunmaker back. He's been rather passive with the back half of his army. Oh, okay, there we go. So there's his cavalry summon. We counter that with a flaming sword and a cav charge. That should just kill him off. And then with the Nurgles down, we're sitting fairly comfy. A little bit of a miss micro on the flank, but I think we're still doing fairly good, right? One of the only times I unironically use flaming sword, by the way, is against that ghost cav summon. But flaming sword is legitimately super strong there because you kill them before they you know, you kill them well before their timer runs out. It just does so much deeps. It's amazing. And it even helps against sirens, which are fairly popular here. But yeah, you want to... That ghost summon is actually really prone to just getting murdered. I know it's technically a free summon, but you can just kill it. It's great. There we go. Dogs are no issue because we have cavalry. So realistically, all I got to do now is... yeah, resummon the Sunmaker so we actually spend our money properly, and then I think we're okay. I think everything's fine. It seems like it is going pretty badly for him. Maybe one more burning head down the pipe. And his mortars, I don't really think they did too much, right? Felt like his mortars were a little lackluster this game. We can probably beat up Silostra. I don't really want her to get a resummon. But with the battle timer being a little sus for my opponent right now, I think we'll be totally fine. Here comes the final push of the coast. So he's really just trying to get in there now. But a Sunmaker resummon to clear off endless infantry will definitely be the bane of his existence. And then just a bunch of spearmen to hold the points. Should finish the job. I don't know if I'm killing Silostra though. It seems like she's probably going to live here. Depth Guard are kind of a menace too. Looks like he may capture the point soon. Of course, I do have many spearmen coming in to support the fight. And I have a Bright Wizard with the burning head down the pipe on his advancing forces. So maybe we can just kill Silostra and then it'll be okay. He is capturing the point. I think we're almost at the point where a single cap wins it for us though. Sunmaker is also insane. Oh my god, the Sunmaker resummon. Oh, the poor infantry. That was his big push to try and get on the point, but if everything just routes off here, it's pretty doomed. Sunmakers, yeah, it's just gonna finish the job over there. Let's pull away with the infantry. Maybe bully Silostra. If I can just hold it for a little longer, we're fine. Because then I win on a 1 cap very comfortably. Just Sunmaker things. I can't wait to check his mortar value later, by the way. I really do wonder how they did. I know his dog summons here will also be a little sus, but we're well in the way of winning on a 1 cap now. So all I gotta do is kill off Silostra. That'll secure the trading game for the rest of the match. And then I should be relatively comfortable. He did actually secure the point though. Trading wise, we actually started trading way worse very quickly. So I have to be a little careful here. Definitely gotta, yeah, get some cavalry summons and such. As he's gonna be piling in with the doggos. So maybe it's not over just yet. Look at him go. Dogs are in there, man. Actually, he mass routed me. That's not the best thing ever. Oh crap, I summoned in the wrong place too. Little misplay. Can he get to this point fast enough though? I do have to hold for a rather long amount of time. Many of his dogs are distracted though, trying to deal with the Sunmaker. If he gets a bunch of Nurgles here though, it could be very sus. I think we're probably still in the clear, but definitely it's going to be a little bit sketchier than I had originally thought. Just look at these guys. They are absolutely starting to push in. Yeah, I can pressure his flank point with these random state troops. That'll be pretty funny. But yeah, he's actually making it a little sus. Okay, you know what? State troop back cap is the way to go. I'll use them to try and hunker down here. I can definitely body block him on this front, and I can kill Silostra too. I am out of magic, but I do have just enough for a burning head. Okay, so I got him to summon something over there. So these guys are actually just gonna, yeah, they'll just desummon when they can. Get the burning head down. We've killed off his dogs. That's a lot of capture weight down the drain. Sunmaker's chilling. Flagellants will be getting there. Dude, I have so much money left over. I should have been desummoning a bit sooner. A little bit of a misplay on my part. We will have our Empire Knights here though. And Silostra's probably gonna die. As sketchy as it is, I think we're still good. Thank goodness for the Sunmaker is all I gotta say. Thank goodness for the Sunmaker. It kind of clutched it out super hard this game. Sunmaker cooked unreasonably hard. I'm getting some really inefficient summons though. I definitely could improve there, but good matchup, still good matchup. And there we go. We'll charge the doggos. We'll get the archers on there. We'll get the knights. And I'm even starting to recap the middle. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Hey, and his lord's dead. And there's no point resummoning her because it'll take too long. Perfect. Still have to hold for 2 minutes. But I'm actually about to get the middle point if all goes well. When I was on the defensive, we were down trading pretty hard. But now that he's on the defensive, it looks like there's not much else he can do. Sunmaker has, holy crap, 700 kills. What is this campaign? Sunmaker action. Bro, that's a lot of value. That's a good amount of value right there, I'd say. Good job, Sunmaker. You killed the entire Vampire Coast army. Being Coast or Zinch seems rough. It's definitely pretty hard. Like they have a weakness to different types of Empire strats. It did come down to the 1 point though, so maybe it's not as favored as I initially thought. I don't know. I do think the Sunmaker just really seals the deal though, right? There's nothing he can really do against us. He has to get some sort of sick play on it. But he never will as long as I play it correctly. I definitely should play it more careful though. I think I got slightly overconfident in the mid game and took some bad trades. And I wasn't playing nearly as efficiently as I could have. So if they do bring out like some crazy shenanigan, I should be ready for it in the future. Nice though. Woo. Yeah, his dogs were really annoying. I actually didn't have enough Empire Knight to deal with them. So they got a lot of value. His mortars though? Oh yeah, look at that. See, so some basic dodging basically shut down the mortars. You don't have to worry about them as long as you are... As long as you're dodging. Bombers were not bad. And the Sunmaker got 3,000 value. 700 kills though. Grenade launchers did great. I would definitely sub in more Empire Knights into this build though. Because I need... Oh, I already have 4 Empire Knights. I feel like I need like... I don't know. Do I really want to get a Reichsguard in there? The Spearmen are definitely important for capture weight. The Free Company Militia and the Huntsmen though did not feel particularly useful. It felt kind of like the Sunmaker was enough and that the Archers were enough. I think I'll probably cut these guys to get a Reichsguard. And now I think the build is... Now I think the build is much more efficient. So that's Empire versus Vampire Coast. Alright, nice. GG's, Venitaki. I'll go ahead and report the score. Alright. There we go. And that was Empire versus Vampire Coast. Empire wins. 100% win rate is what I'm aiming for. We want to play at a tournament level. Also, yes, when you desummon a unit, you get half the value back. Based off their HP, not ammunition. Very important to note. Alright, and the next round should be soon. Alrighty. You think the mortars and bombers are a bit overkill? Combining both? I think it's there to punish an Empire build that doesn't have artillery. So if I just went mass infantry, I would have gone absolutely wrecked. Anytime those mortars hit my flagellants, they did ludicrous damage, right? So you do have to manage that. All right. Yeah, the return, what's it? Desummoning on artillery. I think you kind of need it for artillery to make it, to make them viable. If you didn't get value for desummoning them, it would kind of be sus. But I know it also feels pretty bad to be on the receiving end of it. You get 50% returns for desummoning. Alrighty. So there we go. All right. Empire Knights make you think that they have silver chevrons because of the unit picture. Let me see. Oh, this little floof thing there. I can see that. I can see that one for sure. Let's see here. Ah, yes. I was checking the tournament page. Does everyone have the correct number of Swiss points and whatnot? So let's see. Stallion should have, I believe, 1. Stallion. Yes, so they have 1, and then Kinetic needs a Swiss point. Kinetic. And they do! Thank you very much, Trizik, for helping me out. Alright. Everything should be good. We're just waiting for the next round then. Now that my ranting about the CA bugs is done, I can focus on the stream, finally. I did make the post. If you disagree with me, actually, feel free to disagree. So there's the post. But yeah, my opinion at least, I think it would be nice to get a discussion actually. You know, if people really don't like the post, then that will also let me know that I don't speak for the people and that I don't have to keep bugging CA about bugs. But for now, let's focus on the tournament. Engagement farming? Nah, I usually don't post on Reddit very often, but this is something very near and dear to my heart. I'm like so worried they're not gonna fix the range issues for 7.0. Upvoted or banned. But yeah, I really hope that they have some other big fixes planned for 7.0. But yeah, what are we looking at? One more match, and then we continue. Hopefully I match up against like Charix or Dandakan. Can you recreate the bug? The bug, well, let's see. I sent CA the replay specifically, so they can actually analyze the replay and dig into exactly what the problem is. I don't know if I can actually recreate it, but it's probably linked to the janky range shooting in this game, similar to Luminarchs and all that. I don't know if you guys can actually recreate it. Oh yeah, there you go. You just have to, yeah, you just have to move the wagons towards them. There you go. Done. I don't know what it is. Something about like this specific situation. Regardless, because I sent them the replay, they should actually be able to dig into it. So I don't think it's super important. This is Troll Country. This one right here is Troll Country. But that specific bug doesn't matter. I'm mostly talking about just range issues in general. Hopefully people don't get the wrong idea and they're like, this guy talking about very specific bugs. Anyways, next round has begun. Advancing the Swiss at Goblins. Round 3. Broccoli fangirl. Please tell me they're corn. All right. Yo, yo. I'm Empire. The Nurgle. Oh, this is actually perfect. I really wanted to see if I could beat Nurgle. I think I recently made an Empire v Nurgle build. Oh yeah. Oh yes, I did. This is gonna be fun. I'll ban Bleak Spire. I'm assuming they're gonna want to play on Creeping Swamp. Oh, this should be good though. Seems to be a rare edge case. Yeah, I think the Soul Grinder bug specifically is probably more of a rare edge case for the Soul Grinders. Although my gut tells me it's linked to the Luminarch issue. It's all tied together. It's the fact that moving a unit will reset their like attack animation. So for units that have really long attack animations, they will get reset very hard. So you see it with Bone Giants, Soul Grinders, and Luminarch specifically. They have like more than 1 second in turn, like it takes them longer than 1 second to actually shoot. And then any line of sight blocking will mess them up real bad. In this case though, I think it's the AI responding weirdly to War Wagons moving up. I don't know. But yeah. Oh yeah, Luminarch's doing the 360 spin. Yo, that one's hilarious. They're like a little doggo. You see it with other chariot type units. I think that one is linked to the whole thing where units, like when you give them an attack command, they don't stand still to shoot. They like reposition slightly. There's some sort of like thing where the center of the unit when they're standing still and the center of the unit when you give an attack command is different. That's the vibe I get. And it messes them up real bad. But yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping I can get Empire to a strong enough level. I really want Empire to be one of my main factions for the Grand Finals. But they need to feel as strong as Ogre Kingdoms for this to work out. Or Black Rose not worth it versus Coast. They're kind of expensive. And if an expensive unit is just chasing dogs all day, it feels not very worth. But they'll probably be much stronger versus Morngulls. I would give it a hard maybe. But my build just doesn't really allow for them. Alrighty. Here we go. Nurgle, I think, is apparently a slightly bad matchup for Empire. Oh, wait, what map did they want? I think I locked in with that. Oh, yeah, okay, they banned Darkwood, okay. Makes sense, so we are playing on Creeping Swamp. The problem with Nurgle is that they're quite a lot tankier than Khorne. So, wagon kite builds are just less effective against them. Would you do an Elspeth build? I think Elspeth is hype. I believe my Empire versus Dark Elves actually runs Elspeth, because the Lord sniping potential is really high. The problem is she's really expensive, so she doesn't really mesh well with the current meta playstyle of man-tiding. So you gotta do that. Alrighty. Here we go. I did go wagon kite, by the way. Man, living by a busy road sucks. I cannot wait to move. I will be moving in like about about 5 months from now ish. But yeah, this is the filth. So this is pure filth. So look at this. Engineer, master of ballistics, mercurial shot to clear elite infantry, restock to get infinite ammo. The idea is that oh yeah, and Geld has final transportation. The idea is that Nurgle is gonna be much tankier than Khorne, but they're also much weaker at rushing. So if you just take even more DACA, you can kill him. The ambulance memes are great though. They are pretty funny. But yeah, that's the plan. When I was seeing Bile Trolls and Marauders, some Forsaken. Now, you can't count on Empire to always be rushing you as Nurgle. Can these guys not shoot air? They can't. They actually can't shoot air. That's crazy. But yeah, you can't count on being able to always, you know, just hard counter kite with Empire. I was kind of hoping for it though, because it's better for me. Slightly better for me to practice against someone who kind of knows exactly what I'm bringing. Holy crap! These guys are insane! That engineer just got 300 value in one shot. Well, I don't know what to say. But, that's pretty broken. I think he got the perfect shotgun blast on the Furies. You can't say it's OP though, okay? No one else is playing Empire. Everyone's playing Dark Elves, alright? Alright, nobody telling me that I'm abusing these units, okay? This is balanced. I assure you, this is super duper balanced. I get a pot shot here on those Forsaken. Oh my god, the mercurial shot. Oh jeez Louise. Oh my god. All right, so we're not capturing that point. I'm just gonna retreat. Wowza. Wow, that's a unit. That's a unit right there. You can get another mercurial shot on the Pestigors. Come on, get him. Oh, I think that one whiffed. Eh, it's fine. They've already taken so much damage. These Bile Trolls are like half dead. Pestigors ain't got no shot. Dark Elves are fun. Empire is anti-fun. Yo, why did everyone play Beastmen when Beastmen was OP then? I actually kind of wonder. Because Beastmen were OP for a time, or at least one of the top factions, and people were really grinding Beastmen. Nowadays though, it seems like no one's really playing the super strong factions anymore.
The enemy has captured one of your victory points.
I don't know what changed exactly, but it seems like people just started playing more fun factions. Nothing against people who just want to have some fun, but how's a man supposed to get good practice? Anyways, I'm just gonna roll on over here. I will say though, Broccoli Fangirl, they did kind of have a rough build against mine. I think the Forsaken are just really weak to the kite. I'm very surprised that they did not go for a more of a kite counter, knowing that they were about to face your boy Anticity. But that's how it be sometimes. So we're just gonna go over here. Gonna get some free company shots on these guys. We're gonna murder some Pestigors. Then we're just gonna alley-oop, reposition, and then hopefully shoot up those Furies to death. Furies are not a problem as long as you have cavalry nearby at all times. Ooh, but the reforming just a little too slow on my gun units. Had they reformed faster, we totally could have annihilated them Furies. But this is still going great. I think I will summon in some Sterling's Revenge too. Kaiser gets summoned, but he's not really a big deal. Not at all, really. Not when I have engineers and final transportation. Okay, and there's another big push. So, coming out of the woods to potentially get some murder in here. That's, is that a purple sun? Holy crap, I think it is. Straight up purple sun action over there. All right. I still have a capture point, though. We're actually ahead in tickets, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the money final transportations. It's all about getting value more than anything else. So we want to get mega final transportations. And with the Lord getting a little low, I think now's the time, especially if we focus fire them. Life should be pretty rough. This rush is getting in there pretty hard though. But maybe we get the Lord snipe. Looks like they'll probably barely escape though, by the looks of it. I should not over chase for sure. But I will have another final transportation in about 1 minute. Furies have a really hard time disengaging, by the way. Fun little fact. They will suffer very hard attempting a disengage. So they shouldn't be able to shut down these handgunners at all. And we're just gonna get our free company here to just blast them. And then as soon as I get another final transportation on this blob, I think we win it. We're sitting fairly comfortably here. Lord and spellcasters out of the question. Oh, I actually don't have enough for another final transportation. That's pretty crazy. I'll settle for the next best thing though, and that's gonna be a mercurial shot. Just down the pipe. Should be able to bully the trolls. And as long as this point doesn't get captured, we're fine. Obviously, my opponent could have tried to capture the point, but they valued getting a big rush more than that, which does make a lot of sense. Oh, dang. He slowed my engineer down by a lot. Oh, dang. And a really strong purple sun. The Lord is very exposed, though. I look forward to the final transmutation on their face. And we have the trolls routing. That's nice. I'm surprised at how well the Sterling's Revenge held up, by the way. I guess 32 melee defense was enough. And soon enough, we'll be able to bully their Lord. But for now, I'm just gonna make sure that they don't secure a second point. I think getting triple capped would be the big game-winning play here if I'm not careful. So we're gonna focus on that. We're gonna get some more Empire Knights. Actually, nah, it's gonna be Spearmen. I think first and foremost, I just need capture weight. I think that's what we want the most here. I do have the Geltonator ready with the final transportation. We do have a lot of time to march our way over here. Value trading's ludicrous, by the way. Value trading's super good. And I have a mercurial shot right down the pipe on those Forsaken. Let's just get that down. Let's get the money shot. Beautiful. All right, nice. And with those guys so beat up, I think we're sitting very comfortable now. Because look at this. That Lord's about to get murdered. Kaiser can't support him either because of the final transmutation. I did lose one war wagon, but it ain't the end of the world. Because we still have so much stuff here. And he should die to a little bit of cav play. And a little bit of sniping. Come on. Just gotta beat him up. Let's get that Empire Knight here. We gotta start pushing. Time is of the essence. Here we go. Can we get the finisher on him though? He's low. He's low. He's not dead though. He's low but not dead. What a tanky little fellow. Alright. Yeah, here comes the sketchy part, actually resecuring points. I think I'll go for this one first. We gotta be a little careful. There's a lot of units here. I don't know, I don't know how that Lord is gonna retake positions. I think we'll probably still be fine. Like, I'm not that worried, but I am... The sweating is, like, a little bit higher now, I'd say. But with the 2 engineers here, like, we're gonna get this point. Failing the Lord snipe twice is definitely not the best. But, like, come on! What could possibly go wrong? I have a million spearmen here. Summons in some Pestigors. What's his leadership at? -5. I just gotta chase him off, alright? We just gotta get him out of here. I got the point cap. That's very good. I will have another transmutation very soon. That's nice. Alright, there we go. Get him, engineer. Engineer's gotta finish the job. Oh, thank goodness for free company. Alright, they're in. Okay, nice. And he's shattered. He routed off so many times. We just shattered the guy. Alright. I'll take it. I'll take it. Alrighty. Now I just gotta slowly secure the other points. You can see why this is a sketchy matchup, though, for the Empire. Nurgle is a tanky faction. Very tanky faction. Lots of HP on everything. That's literally what their mark does for them. So, you gotta be careful. Thankfully, the Lord loss actually comes at the perfect moment. So everything here is starting to get routed off pretty bad. We still have a Mercurial shot to chuck out on a couple Pestigors. We'll definitely want to get that done. And then once I have my spears here, I think we're in the clear. Kaizak's maybe a little bit of a menace. But yeah, the points again, pretty well captured now. It's kind of spooky though, right? It feels like if my opponent went for a hard counter build, we might have actually lost this. By the looks of it, right? This battle is actually kind of closer than I would have initially thought. We're definitely still at a massive advantage though. And at only 1,200 tickets army wipe, that's pretty comfortable, right? I'd still have like at least a minute to sit back and relax here. That final transportation will be good. Doesn't have to hit Kaizak because I have wagons on him anyways. Even though it would have been better. That's just the copium speaking. But yeah, I had about 300 tickets remaining. So that means our kite was probably good enough. I think that means the kite is good enough even against the counter build. GG. Well played to my opponents. But it seems like the Empire is just a little bit too strong. Grenade launchers are great. Wagons got mega value. Engineers got ludicrous value. Had to sack some knights for the fight, but Gelt was paying for himself, which is good. Their lord got okay value. Let's see here. Sterling's Revenge. Sterling's Revenge did pretty well. Yeah, feels good. It's usually down to you getting overconfident in the mid game. Yeah, the mid game is where it gets sus. Because it feels like it's done, but I'm not full try-harding. I gotta try hard a little bit more. Kite equals boring. I'm here to win, man. It's called win farming for a reason. I gotta get this grand final secured. $7K value difference. Yep. Very nice. Oh, geez. Yo, don't diss the mods, man. Rules of chat. Don't diss the mods. I think I saw someone just get obliterated. If you diss my mods and come back on a separate account, I will personally ban you. We don't allow that here. But yeah, that was pretty nice. I think this build is pretty good. There's not much I would change about it. Horse engineer. They are pretty expensive. 1250 is quite a bit. CA did increase their price a bit, and I am like fully stacking out their price, but yeah. I think my mods don't have the ability to actually ban people. I think they time them out. But I have the ability to ban, so I could take it into my own hands if need be. Hey Charix, what's up? Yo, how do you feel about Empire versus Wood Elves, Charix? You think Empire versus Wood Elves is favored for Empire or the Woodies? I think it's probably Empire favored, but I don't know how to play it. But like, I'm sure there's some crazy tech you can do with Empire to oh whoops. I'm sure there's some crazy tech you can do with Empire to beat them, but like, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just always getting shot up. Also, whoops, forgot to report my score. That's my bad. Thought Master of Ballistics only works on artillery and war machines. This is a war machine. At least I think it is. I'm pretty sure it counts. Let me double check though. Inticity's not boring, just the kite. Sometimes we man-tide. Honestly, I find man-tide way more boring than kite. Although, I think at a strategic level... Also, yeah, they do get Master of Ballistics. Hell yeah. You want to mag dump. You want to shoot as fast as possible, so... being able to do that is quite nice. It's not a peace machine. Yo, it's so strong. I think war wagons are insane. You do have to play very carefully with them. And you have to be really good about point control. Which a lot of even mid-tier players will struggle with. Actually re-securing points. But it's so strong. One done well. You know what I really want to do though today? I really want to go for like a Nuln... what's it? Ironside build. These guys are so fun. I love them. They got that black powder discipline for reload skill and accuracy. They do ludicrous damage. They have decent stats. And they actually have more than 100 HP per entity. They're actually, it's kind of crazy. So they have 100, what's it? Yeah, they have over 100 HP per entity. If you look at Chaos Warriors, they have 90 per entity. So somehow Nuln Ironsides have more HP than Chaos Warriors. We're talking like, okay, not quite Chosen levels of HP. But between Chosen and Chaos Warriors, that's where they come from. That's how Chaos Warriors are made. They're Nuln Ironsides that just become less ripped. Definitely a nice tool for any spell spammy faction. I think Blue Fire and the like will still kill them though, so you have to be a little careful. I kind of want to do a build that's like this though. Just like full handgunner Nuln Ironside and Mega Powder. You take some Auckland long rifles. I wish you could not take a Lord even. If this was like launch Warhammer, you could not take a Lord, go only powder, and then laugh as the hail of bullets just massacre the Chaos forces. Twitch chat. Twitch chat's chill, but Twitch has more Slanesh bots. I get way more like, hey, you wanna buy viewers on Twitch than I do on YouTube. I also don't know how it would pan out if I had more people on the Twitch side. But also Twitch is where the hardcore dedicated viewers are. You gotta be dedicated to Watchanticity on Twitch because I rarely read your messages. Or if I do, it's at a rather large delay, sadly. Any use for normal crossbowmen? They're basically the same as handgunners. They have decent AP values. If you just want slightly less AP, but they have the same weaknesses. Literally the same stats across the board, except for like 2 melee attack. So I would generally stray away from both just because he died to spells so easily. Look at that. 90 entities, only 6,000 HP. They get massacred, man. We're used to it, yeah. That's the dedication right there. I can respect that. But, yeah, crossbowmen, I don't know. I don't know. In the end, they get outclassed by archers so hard. Archers are 125 gold cheaper. And they basically do the same thing, and they're loose formation. Loose formation make them way stronger against spells. Being cheaper makes them way stronger. They lose out on a little bit of range. But like, you just want a cheap unit that shoots, right? If you want range, you don't go for crossbowmen. If you want like a range unit, you go for like huntsmen or the long rifles. So they kind of sit at an awkward place. Same with the handgunners, right? You want an expensive shooter unit, you want an expensive shooter unit that can tank. Although previously Null and Ironsides were kind of weak, so people didn't run either. Also nice, next round is up. Daceberg should have 1 point. Let's double check. Nice. Advancing the Swiss. At Goblins. Round 4. It begins. And we're up against Danican. Hell yeah. Alright, here we go. Raid boss time. I'm Empire. So Grand Cathay's a little spicy. I think, let's see here. Do I have a build? Do I even have a build versus Grand Cathay? I don't. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. What map are we playing on? So the Dunes of Cain, Imperial Ambush, and Putrefying Carcass. I could play on Carcass and make it awkward for both of us. The volatility is kind of rough, but I think Empire is more mobile. So I'll actually leave that and ban Ambush. Because we're both shooty factions. So I actually want to try and make it awkward for his artillery and range units. The drum rush. Yo, can Cathay play it like dwarves? There's no way, right? Imagine he man-tides me though and just melee rushes. He wants to play on Dunes of Cain. Alright. So overall, I would say this is an okay position for us. I do think Grand Cathay has some of the best magic to kill Empire troops. So there's definitely a little bit of that to worry about. And Crane Gunners probably uptrade long rifles. So there's a little bit of that to worry about. Overall, though, I think I have tools I need to win this. How bad is Zhao? How about a Croman? How dead am I? Oh man, I like really... Who plays Empire into Cathay anyways? Such uncommon factions. Although I will say Cathay's getting a bit of a resurgence. I don't know why people suddenly are becoming Cathay enjoyers, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Is Drum Rush actually a thing? Imagine he just plays it like dwarves. That would be pretty bad for us. Are War Wagons good here? Are Outriders good here? In theory, my cavalry just do really well versus. I could actually take Knights of the Black Rose. They would specifically be really for Croman. And in general, he should not have a lot of mobility. Just need a couple Empire Knights in case I need cheaper cav. My infantry look alright. No big issues there. And then what? Oh yeah, I need magic. What's the best magic versus Grand Cathay? He's gonna go bombers. Cathay bomber build for the win. Let's see here. Is Buna even worth it on Croman? Or do I go for something simpler? Maybe we do something nice and simple. What do I have? 700 gold left over. Alright, let's do that. And then I guess... Okay, so one important thing about Empire. Their Hellstone rocket batteries outrange everything that Cathay has. So, theoretically... my favorite word... Theoretically, we can just chill off of that and just blast them. We can also just lose this game and it's not a big deal because I'll get to fight him again. So it's really good that we're facing him now, and then maybe we'll face some in the semifinals. It's going to be a rather big tiebreaker though. I think the number of people who have 2 wins right now, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so 4 people could make it to the top 8 and have 3 wins. So tiebreakers might actually involve 8 different people. But anyways, let's see how this goes. So I brought your favorite. The glorious gunpowder of the Empire has arrived. I have a Sunmaker. I have a final transmuter because Cathay tends to blob up pretty hard. And you can kind of break the blob by just chucking out a final transmutation, right? So we'll actually keep these guys rather close to each other. Ready, good luck, have fun. We'll keep them close together and hopefully we see a Mega Blob. We'll see. Isn't life basically the best magic against anyone? Not really. Life magic is not exactly super great. Okay, he has Dragon Sprout. He doesn't have the big spell that deletes the Sunmaker. That's nice. But yeah, life magic is better for a slow burn type of build. And like a lot of the times engagements can go rather quickly. So there ain't no dodging. Ain't no dodging the Outriders. We're just gonna camp her face. Just gonna keep dodging. Alright, what are you doing, lady? She's taking hits. Uses a Jade Shield, alright. So already pretty decent deeps. Let's just push out over here. I have a million spears. And his Crane Gunners. We're just gonna start blasting. Now the thing is, you can dodge with Crane Gunners. And that's gonna be the big issue for me. I think we're very likely to see some pretty hefty Crane Gunner dodging. This Lord, though, is just getting bullied. Outriders have ludicrous ammunition. They don't really care. I'm happy to just blast her face. Crane Gunners do not like the Sunmaker, it turns out. And he gets a breath attack, but it's on a cheap Spear unit. So it's honestly not the end of the world. Now, given the performance of these Outriders, I think I would like to continue to murder some faces with them. That sounds like a pretty good time. So we now have a second Outrider and a War Wagon here. Crane Gunner's getting blast. We have the capture points. And so far it feels pretty comfy, I'd say. The threat of Marcus's net is bigger than the net itself. Good Dragon Breaths though. And his dodging is very good. This is Danican after all. But my Sunmaker is still cooking rather hard. Very hard to dodge because of its inaccuracy. Love that little bit of info. Very good dodges though. I have ammunition to spare, however, so any little bit of chip damage is fine for me. I can get another rocket battery soon. That'll be very nice. And so far so good. We're sitting decently comfortably here. I got another cav unit. This hill is just going to be the bane of his existence forever. No complaints. His crane gunners cost 1,000 gold a pop. They're really not a unit that you can comfortably just, you know, get bullied here. He does have a fire rain rocket battery though. Okay. So Mad Lad is getting some counter battery in. I actually did not see it. So we'll actually, it'll be rather painful here. Now he's probably going to use Jade Shield to save some HP on this Lord. But I really don't have many other uses for Final Transmutation. So we're just going to chuck it out. Who wins though? The Sunmaker or his battery here? Oh crap, we got Cav charged, maybe. Ouch, ouch, ouch. He still doesn't have a capture point though, so I guess we're still pretty comfy. Sunmaker, get in the deep, son. It's definitely hurting him real bad. We're gonna net him. So now he's gonna land, right? But then we're just gonna blast him. We're gonna blast him with everything we got. Marcus can shoot her too. I'm gonna get another artillery piece over here to continue blasting him. Oh dang, the jukes. Okay, actually juked that one very well. His Lord did not suffer very much from the netting. However, his artillery piece is going to rout. That's gonna be painful. And I have another artillery piece, which is gonna make it more painful. The pain, it never ends. He does capture a point, however. But Cathay can't really rush this artillery position too well. High HP per entity means that my Null and Iron sides aren't taking too much damage overall. He does rout off my Sunmaker though. So that actually is going to be a nice play for my opponent. And he has his position fairly well secured. I think it's still anyone's game, although slightly in favor of me, right? We're gonna see if we can catch some peasant horsemen here. He pulls back, all right. Gonna get another breath attack, but the breath attacks are not a big issue. Marcus dodges fairly well. He's doing fine. This is definitely, we're really making use of the terrain in this match. Is the Sunmaker gonna rally though? That's what I'm wondering. They kind of do to rally, but they're still routing. Would a support unit of cavalry nearby help you out at all? We'll see. It's a big micro battle on both sides. We're constantly having to dodge each other's shots, but I have a double cap. Dang, the leadership's not coming back. He actually full routed the Sunmaker. Was it a breath attack that got it then? I didn't actually catch what routed it off, but it just suddenly had no HP. I think it probably was a breath attack. Either that or his rocket battery got a massive hit. Not the best of situations. Could have been slightly better. The double cap is still really good for me, but I gotta make sure that we keep on up trading here, right? So we can get another wagon. I will be able to kill his Lord when the fighting gets tough though. I don't have to worry about that very much, because it only takes one final transmutation to get him good. Huge volley on his peasant horseman. Very nice. Yeah, look at him go though. He still has some crane gunners alive. A little brutal. I think Dandakan's microing this very well. I will be able to get yet another Sunmaker soon, though. And I think these Spearmen, they can be de-summoned. They ain't looking too hot. Some Jade Lancers over here. Want to get some spears on top of them. This should be fine to stand our ground, because I will be able to kill his lord very soon with the final transmutation. Don't want to cast it now, though. I'm not entirely sure. She's asking for it, though. It's absolutely asking for it. He has double Alchemist this whole time. Oh, boy. Double Alchemist is actually kind of crazy. Did not expect to see them this day. I feel like double Alchemist is kind of sketchy because of how expensive they are, but we'll see how it pans out. Final transmutation should cook pretty hard. Cathay just doesn't really have a lot of ways to get magic back, though, which is why I feel like it's a little sus. But here he goes, trying to capture the point. So he's getting in there, getting some nice Searing Dooms. His Lord's routing, though, and she's gonna need to get resummoned. Now, this point is getting secured, but ticket-wise, it's not the most comfortable for my opponent ever, right? It's a little bit of a sloppy engagement. I'm gonna have to play this a little carefully. I do manage to capture the point, and his Lord's gone. She's just out of here, so I don't have to worry about that. I can resummon the Sunmaker too. Bro, just the endless artillery is very painful for Cathay. I think he wanted to basically spell kite me. I think that was the plan, but it didn't really go so well. Gets a good long charge, though. Thankfully, simply disengaging is a thing. My artillery is having the time of its life here. Completely uncontested. And I don't think he's getting this point. Plague of Rust is good, but he never actually caught me, so the disengage is really carrying us. And on the flank, is that a Peasant Horseman? Yeah, it's just a Peasant Horseman, so also not exactly an issue. I'll have another final transmutation soon enough. His Crane Gunners are finally routed off. How wondrous. And a couple Peasant Horsemen will not be an issue. Then we just final transmute this blob, and then it's over, man. Grand Cathay just doesn't have teeth against the superior Empire. Empire is where it's at. It's gonna have some Crowmen coming on in. Not a problem. Do I just normal cast it? Probably not. Let's not get overconfident here. I really want to kill the Alchemist, but there's no need to do so soon. We're gonna play it safe. Man, dude. These rocket batteries are so hyped, though. 180 range is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Alright, here we go. Let's get that point capped. Just keep an eye on the Crowmen. As soon as they land, I have anti-infantry cavalry for them. Come on, land on me. Land on me, I dare you. I dare you. Come at me, bro. Maybe he's gonna be sick at baiting. Nah, I think maybe he thinks I did not spot the Crowmen there. So now they're just dead. 700 value unit is now out of the picture. And we have capture points. Sunmaker can find another target. I can give up the middle slightly. And the Crowmen indeed are getting obliterated by those knights. Oh, actually, no. They held up surprisingly well. Who would have guessed? It's still pretty bad, though. Once again, overcast on these Alchemists, it's over. The Alchemists are kind of the last bastion of stuff he can bring to bear. And Crowmen have a hard time disengaging. Until CA fix that, flying units will kind of be janky. One more Winds of Magic and then goodbye Alchemist. So I can pretty safely just walk back onto the point. Because who cares about a couple Alchemists? They're gonna be dead soon. Yep. Goodbye, Alchemists. Final transmutation. Getting the working. I think he expects a Cav summon here, but if he dives my Sunmaker right now, they will actually just die. Come on! Don't dive him. Yeah, we should be fine. Alright, so there goes his Alchemist. They're both dead now. It took him long enough to charge him where I actually got a cavalry resummon. I kind of lucked out there, I'm not gonna lie. It's going pretty well though. We've re-secured the middle point with the final transmutation. And the bombardment continues. There's not a whole lot you can do, I believe. Although Jade Lancer charge there could be a little spooky. I do still have 7 war wagons at the ready. Let's just net these guys so my spears can murder them. Don't want annoying cavalry here bullying my poor infantry. Crowmen did die. All right, nice. Back to Pound Town. And then when we desummon the artillery, oh my god. Value City for sure. How's the right flank going? Pretty good. Still have my skirmishers. I think his Longma Riders lived a really long time. Like, Danikan's just really good at micro. But the matchup was a little bit too much. And a 4th win. Seems like the build's actually okay. I think Empire is just a slightly more meta Cathay. Holy crap. 4,000. The 300 kill Sunmaker. That's where it's at, man. Jeez Louise. And the D-summon. Oh, wait, no, it routed. Still, though. I summoned it twice. I was going to D-summon it. His Queen Gunners did not cook. Good to see. And the Lord. Yeah, so this is a problem with Spell Amp builds. He kind of needed the Plague of Rust, but, like, look at the value on the Lord. She costs, like, almost 2,000 gold. Plus these ladies, we're talking, like, 2,500. This guy, this random wizard on foot with final transmutation cost me, like, 600 tops, right? Maybe even, like, we're talking 500 or 450. He might have been 450, and he got 1,300. Compared to all this, costs 5 times more. They got like 1,500. That's why the spell amping is usually very sus. If I did bring more expensive units, though, he would have gotten more value. But we've played Cathay before. We know that you don't bring expensive units against them. Killing half a spearman is only 150 gold. It's not very worth. Kind of has to get the hits on something more expensive. His Fire Rain rocket battery actually paid for itself though. So I guess it's just a big artillery duel. Interesting. All right. I kind of like it though. The fact that you can defend this from spell casting. I'd say it's an okay build. I'd say it's a very okay build. Is there any way we can improve it? Slightly more meta Cathay, yeah. Oh wait, I already had a Empire vs Grand Cathay? Oh, I did. Oh, I already saved it. Okay, we're good. We're goodies. We're goodies. Very nice. I feel like okay, there's no way he rushes me though, right? With that many spears, there's no way he can cav rush me. I'm a little worried about the build in general. Like in my head, it covers a lot of bases, but I can't shake the feeling that I'm missing something. Yeah, so like, if he full rushes me, will I die? Is the big question of the day, right? I'm pretty sure the threat of final transmutation is a bit too spooky. So when you full rush, you have to dogpile on the artillery to kill it fast. And then I just final transmute you. This guy also, by the way, costs 450. But yeah, I have the net and I have final transmutation. In theory, that's enough. And with all the guns, it's just going to be a little sketchy. So I think it's fine. There's definitely quite a bit of infantry, so the risk of being overwhelmed by cavalry is a little high, but I have cav summons in reserve. We have kite even if he's playing super safe. So he shouldn't be able to just get his lord on top of my pieces here. Yeah, 450 for a transmutation caster. Many factions have to pay 1,000 gold for a cheap caster. Empire has, like, you know, like Tzeentch might have army abilities, but their lords cost more for it. Empire just has cheap casters. If Anticity ever describes your tactics as kind of spooky, you know you've made it in the pro scene. Love it. I love it. Would grenade launchers have gone more value? No, I was mostly shooting air units. The Outriders are great. Outriders are really nice because they can, even with really fast flying lords, they can still land a few hits. So yeah, you just use the Outriders to blast them and keep them away. Because otherwise, this build doesn't really have a lot of air control. The most important thing though is that this Sunmaker, it outranges cannons. So if he goes for Grand Cannons, you should be fine. I do think maybe you want to get a cannon to try and counter Grand Cannons. I think your cannons outtrade at least. But I don't know, man. If he took 3 cannons, what am I supposed to do? Capture the points with these guys? I don't know. Well, like, what if the next match he goes Grand Cathay? Okay, the balloons would suck, but what if he does this? Empire is not exactly a rush faction, so if you bring a build that forces them to rush, it can be a little sketchy. Bunch of cannons, bunch of spears. It's not like I'm starting with cav. Some crossbows. You're basically dwarves at this point, right? I would be a little worried. Now, I can control space and maybe capture the points with Marcus and force him to move forwards. And that would probably be my big play. But, yeah, I don't know exactly what I want to do. Domination tier list when? I think I've already mostly gone over my thoughts on domination. I haven't made a tier list, but... Top factions right now, Slaanesh. Like, I think the tournament factions that everyone will be playing, Slaanesh, Vampire Counts, and Ogres. I think everybody is going to play them. These are the S tier factions. Possibly even Coast. In terms of strength. And Norska, yeah. Norska, Slaanesh, Coast, Ogres, and Counts are the best generalist factions. But then you have factions that you see a lot if people are maining them. These are the A tier factions. We're talking like Betonia and Empire. Dark Elves even. Let's see here. Oh, my bad. Wood Elves are also S tier. But yeah, I think like Betonia, Empire, Warriors of Chaos. You know, even High Elves maybe. Chaos Dwarves, right? These are the factions where any faction who mains them will be able to run them in the tournament. And do quite well with them. Yeah. And then you have like the sub-factions. Factions that you probably won't see in the grand finals very much. Unless the person really likes them. They're like Lizardmen, Skaven. Oh yeah, Beastmen is also in A tier. But yeah, Lizardmen, Skaven, Nurgle, Kislev. Khorne even. Greenskins. Dwarves. All the dwarves are a nice counter pick. There's like Tzeentch. Chaos is also like A tier-ish. Tomb Kings apparently are low. But like in the end, right, you only get to play so many factions in the grand finals. So you want to bring out your A game. Doesn't Norska auto lose versus dwarves? How can they be considered generalist? They don't auto lose versus dwarves. Norska is actually quite strong against dwarves. They have enough to beat the dwarven air game. at a high level. Like, I can beat a Norskin player, like your average Norskin player with dwarves, by using gyrocopters. But someone who really knows what they're doing will win 100% of the time versus me. And Norska is also, they just have some of the best tools in the game. Norskin Ice Wolves, Mega Anti-Kite. They got S-tier Infantry Marauder Berserkers, S-tier Monstrous Infantry, Fimir with Anti-Kite potential, 50% missile resist, 110 armor for the low price of 1,150. Regenerating Skin Wolves for the long con, Terror, Lore of Boats. Bro, Norska has it all. One of the best rush factions in the game. At least one of the best standard rush factions. Ogres is one of the best unconventional rush factions. They're a really strong rush faction that has lead belchers. Like, imagine greenskins with lead belchers, or beastmen with lead belchers, right? It's just that little tipping point that makes them win against all other rush factions. They'll still lose to some cannon range factions, but then they'll just rush. Because you got 54 speed infantry. Steal points like no one's business, man. Where are Chowie? Chaos Dwarves are definitely, I would say, an A tier faction based on how much I've seen people play them. But personally, I think they're a B tier. Like, I think they are... I think people should not be playing Chowie in a tournament. Because I think they have enough counters where if people know what they're doing, you're going to get counterpicked and you're going to suffer. Yeah, Petunia also has some really bad matchups. They would be higher rated. But we see Charix and Daniken play them really well. But I don't think they're a faction like everyone should pick up. Also, the best gimmick rush faction is Dwarves. Because against some factions like Empire and Kislev, technically they have the strongest rush in the game with infantry. Because you just have a tide of anti-infantry that never dies because they have so much armor. And they also have ludicrous mass. Look at that. 150 on their cheapest infantry unit. You know how high 150 mass is? Blackguard of Nagaron have 160, okay? Dwarves are immune to cavalry, as they should be. But yeah, it makes it really hard to clean them up in a late game. Which is jokes. But they're a gimmick because they suck against proper rush factions. Oh yeah, and Slayers. Slayers are really funny. But yeah, you can legitimately rush with them. Only against range factions. But yeah, on the topic of Norska, they can fight off air factions with Marauder Horsemen and Manticores. It's a little awkward, but they can do it. You just have to know exactly what to do. You fell asleep like 6 hours ago. How did you end up here? Is this, are people randomly getting sent over like that one time with Turin? The late night streaming, you get the autoplay. I could have sworn I've seen you before though, but on the off chance that you're not, this is a Warhammer tournament stream. Primarily of the Total War variety. I could have sworn no, I've seen you before though, right? This is not a first time chatter, there's no way. I swear I've seen Cringebra before. Although apparently there's 6,921 of you. So maybe you're one of the other ones. But alright, where are the where are the standings? Where are they at? Dang, Daniken has to drop. It happens though. So Daniken will not be included with the tiebreakers. Was an absolute joy facing against him though. Same with Broccoli Fangirl. Broccoli Fangirl is also dropping, stating, I don't want to play another game of Nurgle against wagons or wood elves today. Totally understandable. Anyone who plays Nurgle is insane. Truly a Nurgle worshipper. But that means we have our top players. So Danican and Broccoli Fangirl is out, which means it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only 5. Nice. Got what's it? Tiebreakers. 2 drops. So it's Risotto, up and coming player, versus Pontim's Claw. Pontim. That's Ponty. My bad. That's Risotto versus Ponty. And then in the top 3 is Potatoes Devil, Charix, and myself. At Potatoes Devil, at Charix, at Anticity. I'll set up top 4 in a sec. Very nice. Spec slot, please. All right. Here we go. Yeah. Love watching the tiebreakers. They're usually quite fun. I enjoy me a little bit of tiebreaker action. I'm just gonna refresh to make sure I have everyone. Make sure we didn't miss anybody. Okay, thank goodness. Potatoes Devil, Charix, and myself are top 3. They're fighting out for top 4. Pontim's Claw and Risotto. I believe they beat Martin. Martin's a very active player. Yeah, they beat Martin. Very exciting. Oh, whoops. So, let's see how this goes. Nurgle isn't a choice. It's a way of life. You like Turn playing Nurgle the other day. Wish I could have played in the tournament yesterday, but was unable to make it. I was busy. Actually, just taking a nap. He does it so last minute. He hosted the tournament mid-nap. It's intentional. It's intentional to get me fewer tournament wins, I'm telling you. Conspiracy theory activate. Alright. But, yeah, I can finalize the tournament. And then we can advance the top 4. And hopefully everything goes smoothly. This tournament's been going pretty smooth, despite the number of signups. Thank you very much for all the people who are used to tournaments. That can make things go so much more smoothly. So we will need to adjust a few things in the top 4 though, because it's putting in people who unfortunately had to drop out. Looks like it's going to be Kislev versus Dark Elves. How exciting. What do you guys think? You think Kislev's going to win or Dark Elves? I played against Risotto's Kislev earlier when I was playing Demons of Chaos, and it was extraordinarily close. Demons of Chaos is not super strong, though. So we'll see. Ponty's doing the usual, Dark Elves. Ponty loves Dark Elves, and Ponty also loves Hydras. Now, I think if Ponty goes for Hydras, it's bad. I think Ponty should not go for Hydras, but we'll see. So, I think I'm up against the winner of this, and Charix is going to be up against Potatoes Devil. I believe that's how this should go. You'll donate 5 Swiss francs if Ponty wins? Hell yeah. Ponty win, please! Let's see here. Who is up? Potatoes Devil. Potatoes Devil. Alright, nice. So we'll do that. And then in the other match, it's the winner of this one. Everything should be set up. You can play versus Potato early if you want. I set up top 4. Alright. I don't know who's actually favored here, by the way. Dark Elves are significantly more popular. But I feel like Kislev should still have teeth. Ponty has a dream. He'll donate 200 imaginary buckaroos if Risotto wins. Alright. Ooh, Charix versus Potatoes Devil is a Wood Elf mirror. Nice. So if we make it to finals, it's gonna be Wood Elves regardless. How good are Pox Riders? Pretty bad. I don't think Turn even runs Pox Riders. Kislev without Cav advantage is always awkward. Yeah, Kislev usually have a really nice Cav advantage, but Dark Elves are really good versus specific cavalry factions. Specifically, Kislev and Empire, where they lack the AP to kill Cold One Knights. So, we'll see. I would say Cold One Knights will definitely be the biggest thing for Risotto here, but Kislev have spells for them. And they also have holding power. Infantry-wise, I think Dark Elves can do a nice stall strategy to win this. The guy loves Hydras. Oh my gosh, Ponty. Ponty, what are you doing? All right. If the Hydras get more than 1,300 value, I'll stop trash talking Hydras, okay? If they can get a combined value of 2,600, I'll stop trash talking them, okay? Forever. Forever until they get nerfed. I really disagree with it though. Like, Ponty, you know, he's a Chad for bringing them. He has a dream to make Hydras work. Maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe when he brings them versus me, they don't do well. But against other players, they'll do all right. Look at this thing. 10,000 HP. Got buffed recently. 52 melee attack. Regeneration and armor piercing. What's not to love? This. 65 leadership. They have the same leadership as an ogre. So if you rapidly take half HP off a Hydra, they will rout. And they will rout hard. They'll just run off the battlefield and they'll make no use of their healing. Now, if they can stick around, if there's a bit of leadership, yeah, they will get a 12% heal for uses. That's pretty high. In fact, if it's still bugged, it'll actually heal 24%. He also has a Death Hag. What is this? Why do you have a Death Hag? What are you supposed to do? Does she have a target? Oh, okay, alright, you see this? Foot Ice Witch of Tempest. Now there's a Hailstorm to deal with Cold One Knights and Miska. The Death Hag, however, can hunt her down. Anti-infantry, 62 melee attack. She is the ballistic missile with its targets set on that witch. We got witch, hag on witch, my bad. Hag on witch action right now. Pretty normal Kislev build. Lots of dervishes to fight off Dark Riders. And Power of Darkness with Blade Wind. Alright. Blade Wind is cool. It's been coming into the meta a little bit more recently. Would love to see how it does. It's not a world beater like Flock of Doom and the like, but it's a fun thing to see every once in a while. Does 18 damage, but mostly non-AP. For 11 Winds of Magic though, it's definitely quite high in the deeps, but it moves a lot. Interesting to see Power of Darkness on the Dread Spears and not the Dark Shards. I guess they do have more HP, but that just makes them less effective. Quite significantly so, mind you. Takes off, you know. Takes off 500 HP. Gone on him. But hey, he wants magic. Please tell CA to give Hydras 5 more leadership. You know, I think I'll probably include Hydras on the list of units that need buffing when I give them that. Right now, though, we're focusing on other issues. We're focusing on other issues. First and foremost. Oh, hey, my Reddit post made it to the top. Hell yeah. I'll look through the comments later.
Keep it from the foe.
Hey, nice, we got it. We got it. It took 2 comments for someone to say small indie game studio. Classic. Anyways, enough of that. We're not here for Reddit. We're here for some sick Hydra action. Hydra's faster. Yeah, 46 speed. They're slower than ogres. I don't know. I think if you just give them a leadership buff, they'll be better. Because if they do make use of the healing, they actually are pretty spooky. They just have to stay in the battle a little longer. Or, I don't know, give them more HP. Give them a bigger regen, maybe. I don't know. Thematically, they're just beasts, though. They shouldn't have super high leadership. We'll see. Or CA should give them the Kadai thing, where they're unbreakable at more than half HP. Like the Hydras, they don't start shivering in the timbers until they lose a head. I don't know, man. I don't know, but something's gotta be done. Oh, is that a Miska? Oh, is that a Blade Wind? Oh my gosh, Vortex spells are the flavor of the week. Dang, Kossar's got obliterated. For such a cheap spell, 11 wins, that's pretty nice. Miska's more expensive. Better for the leadership debuff. But spell-wise, the Dark Elves have made the first play. Summoning a Sorceress of Dark, though, with another Blade Wind. Holy crap. Okay, so Dark Elves are like, I don't care that I'm spending extra money on the magic here. I want to dump out magic like no one's business. Gets the Hydra Breath attack. Gets 23 kills. Come on, UI. Yes! 68 gold value. That's less than most spells. Holy crap. Sorceress is, what is she dying to? Holy crap. The Wolf Hearts. The Wolf Heart said, you want to hurt our infantry? You want to hit our Kossars? Well, why don't we just delete you off the face of the planet? Oh my god. That was just the Wolf Hearts. Holy deep. 700 value immediately. Counterpunch though. You want to kill my Blade Wind caster? Eat a Blade Wind. Massive damage. That might have been overcast. That's definitely I don't want to deal with this unit anymore type of spell cast. And the Blade Wind, the early game value is ludicrous right now. Dark Elves are deleting. Sucker punches on both sides. Nobody's able to dodge any of the magic because it's actually quite hard to dodge. And with that massive pummeling of magic early on, we're seeing a big rout of the Kislevites. Now, Dark Elves do have to invest quite a bit to get this much magic on the battlefield, so the main army is smaller. But if the Dark Elves can make use of that early routing advantage, they potentially could come out on top. Let's take a look. There's still a few range units online and operational. Some of them are rallying. But there's chariots in the backfield. Cavalry's a little slow to actually get on them. These are Cold Wind chariots, not Scourge Runners. And another Blade Wind does drop. The magic value is through the roof this game, because you really do have to kill all these range units. And the passive triggers at the best time possible for the Dark Elves. Just huge, massive Blade Wind value. Hydras are actually cooking. Never mind. What the 174 value? 350, bro. I swear, if he just had 3 Cold Wind Knights, I feel like this game would be over, right? Alright, let's not judge the players too much, alright? I think he is actually in the lead, but I feel like Cold Wind Knights would be so much better. I guess the Hydra's terror route, and they're relatively sturdy. Kislev does still have a double cap though. And in the far late game, Kislev is pretty comfy. Lord is still fairly good too. The Death Hag was not able to jump her. Cold Wind Chariots are dying. They're not that much better than Scourge Runners. And what are the Wing Lancers going to do? Looks like they're just going to finish off the Chariots, but they miss the charge on the Hydra. They get a Griffin Legion charge on it though. And Griffin Legion are pretty chonky. Insane charge bonus. And glorious charge. On the Hydra, it's quite painful, but he saw it coming. Cast another Blade Wind. Wing Lancers, they don't care about Blade Wind. Nope, nope, up. Dancing at the edge. That's a pretty big whiff in Magic. If he got the Griffin Legion, it would have been really nice. But now the Hydra's alone. If it routes, that would be terrible. Right now it's leadership. Attacked in the rear. Losing currently. Are we going to see a half HP route on the Hydra? War Hydra over here is still at good HP. And oh my gosh, there we go. Witch on witch action. Supreme Sorceress versus the Ice Witch. They have very similar stats. Ice Witch is looking for blood though. She's just charging her. All right, not gonna get overextended though. But are we gonna see the Hydra hold? It has 2 in leadership. Its flanks are exposed and it routes. It routes. Oh my god, right before the Cold One Knights could save it. And with Kislev Warriors nearby, this is gonna be a little spooky. A lot of cavalry. I think that's a Hawks of Miska too. No, big hailstorm action. Oh my god. And while the early game magic for the Dark Elves was good, the late game magic, oh my goodness, that's exactly what we needed for the Kislevite side to see a massacre. Hydra heals, but it's still routing. Now you got to escort it off. You don't want this thing to rally. I don't know if the Wolf Hearts have enough balance of power to keep it routing. But that's pretty bad. Okay, Hydra does actually rally, but it's very prone to routing again to a Griffin Legion charge. Lord is surrounded too. And the Ice Witch. She cackles. She's laughing. There's a fellow witch being pummeled into the ground by cavalry, and she's just laughing. Look at her. She's just watching. Dang, all right. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's not good. We're going to need some Cold One Knights here. And there's gonna have to be enough magic to kill them off, because they could pull it back. I think Cold One Knights could definitely have a big resurgence type of play here. Most of the range units are dead thanks to the magic spam. But I don't know. This Hydra has 500 value. It has not paid for itself. This one has 600 value. They're about halfway there. This guy's at full HP though. But the Lord is gone. And that's a really bad sign for Hydras. Hydras do not do really well when the Lord is routed. Massive charge on the spears. All directions. Leadership's looking bad. Will it be a rout though? 9 leadership. Ooh, good breath attack though. Actually a pretty good breath attack. Dang, almost 1,000 value. Okay. Makes up for the loss of the spears. The Ice Witch, she just stands her ground. What is this fearless Ice Witch? Hydra just walked right by her. But another beautiful cast. I think the Dark Elves are kind of gassed. I really saw their magic kind of dwindle. And now they're kind of running out of targets. Griffin Legion have too much armor for Blade Storm. And this is where that pain is gonna come on in. The slow burn, right? Kislev is a really, you know, when you're not going for the magic dump, you want the game to go longer. By the way, Shatter on the Hydra. You want the game to go longer because you can just efficiently spend your magic. The Dark Elves, they burn bright, but much like a star, the stars that burn the brightest die the fastest, right? You run out of magic really fast, and the efficiency goes down because you're just spamming it. I would really like to compare the magic values on both sides afterwards, because I generally think it's not efficient, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. Hydra though, not really finding a lot of targets, but it does have 1,170. Would Max Blackguard have worked? Against that many range, you'd still have to kill him. I do feel like having infantry over the Hydras is better, but you can't say that the terror routing wasn't useful. Dread Spear definitely suffering. Although cavalry's just ignoring them. It's a standoff. And the Hydra is getting charged now. Now, is there a Lord loss penalty? Yes, minus 16. Lord fled recently. If Risotto can make use of that, that'd be great. Huge Blade Storm, but the Hydra might rout anyways. Oh, 4 leadership. Holy crap. 0. Lord fled recently, still there. 3 leadership. 4. Oh my god, what a hero. What a Chad Hydra. It does finally rout, but it baits out another Blade Storm. But is there another Hailstorm? Another one. Oh my god. I thought it was over. Now, Hailstorm takes longer to cast than a Searing Doom. Oh my god. Half HP gone. Bro, this Foot Ice Witch is farming value. She has 2 spells. She doesn't give a crap. This is what I'm saying, cheap spellcasters, man. Super meta. A lot of people did it before me. We merely adopted it. But yeah, that's a lot of value. How cheap is this lady? Like 600? Bro, she's farming these Cold One Knights. Oh my god. Mega carry, man. She, no fear. She slapped the enemy witch. She stood her ground against the War Hydra. And she killed all the elite cavalry. I think the Blade Storms have been good. Like, this lady has 1,600. But a lot of money has been spent on Power and Darkness and Blade Wind. Whereas this lady's just 2 spells. Just literally just 2 spells. Kislev have a triple cap. Looking pretty comfy. And now I would be a little worried. One Hydra almost paid for itself. The other one did not, though. And I think this is it. I think this is the death throes of Ponty. Risotto pulling out the win. The build simply did not have enough Hydras. It's fun seeing the Hydras. As much as I judge Ponty very hard for bringing them, there is a lot of respect to be had in trying to make something work. As someone who play, oh, this is a bad play, pulling through these spears. But as someone who tried to make Demons of Chaos work, right? Hydras are one of those meme units that if you make them work, you will be the hero of the lanes. But oh my god, that was a 3/4 HP Hydra routing. And with that, he leaves as soon as the Hydras do not have any more battlefield presence. Ponty literally lives or dies by the Hydras. Respect to Ponty, but Risotto takes the win. They did not get, you know, 1,300 a pop, but one of them did pay for themselves. Now let's look at the magic. 1,600 on this Lord, and 1,600 on this. So that means it was actually pretty worth it. My disappointment is huge and my day is ruined.
My disappointment is huge and my day is ruined.
Pope Patty. I'm sorry to hear. Okay, so you know what? The magic spam, I would say I was wrong about that. I think he found really good targets for the Blade Storms, but he just couldn't get that cavalry fight. He just could never win. With only 2 Cold One Knights, he was always going to lose to Hailstorm, right? I don't think there's any way around it. But yeah, definitely pretty cool to see Blade Storm do so well versus Chaff. He basically used it like Burning Head, I would say. I don't know if Burning Head would have been better. You definitely get more magic by getting the Dark Sorceresses. It's cool. It's cool. Yo, the ambushers deleting the caster at the start, though, is hilarious. I don't know why or how they do so much damage to the horse character, but they just obliterated her. Like, it was so much damage. A little bit of a misplay there. Really good shutdown on the Kossars, though. Like, I kind of like that. I might try that myself. Blade Storm is very spammable. Like, I could see that on, maybe if you're playing against, like, greenskins or something, some low armor faction. I could see it, genuinely. But here we go. We gotta fight Kislev. Empire v Kislev. Do I have a build? Let's take a look. Ah, yes, we had this one. Alright, I should be okay. So, Risotto is first map ban. Crystal Lake, Glinty Tooths, and Whirling Maelstrom. Interesting. These are all okay maps for us, I'd say. That's genius. CA make that happen. Wait, what? One single entity monster per neck? Wait, what? How would you even mount a Hydra? You can have a rider on each of its heads. Ah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Stop. Let's see here. Are we playing on Crystal Lake? Yeah. Let's play Lake. Crystal Lake, same map. This should be fairly favorable for us. I have a solid build. It's Kislev. What do they do against this build? I'm looking at it. Kislev, the problem with Kislev is they can get a really nice cavalry advantage over us. They have better cav, but not that much better cav. Like, I can kill dervishes. It's like the Griffin Legion and stuff that is much more problematic. So I'll try out a little bit of this action, and then I'm probably fine. Should be fine. Oh boy. Kislev's kind of spooky. Marathi's Malekith's best mount. Oh my gosh. It's such an old meme, but every time I see it, just... Your mistake is thinking Ponty's a Dark Elf player. He's a Hydra player forced to play Dark Elves. I'll accept it. Yeah, you think the new High Elf Lord is gonna get Hydras? Then Ponty can play High Elves? Yo, he commits to Hydra so hard, though. It's crazy. Alright, here's the build, though. So, I have the Spear Tide, right? It's very simple. I have a Spear Tide, just a ludicrous block of spears. And then a couple swordsmen. That's it. Because here's the thing. If Kislev can't jump your Nuln or your Hockland long rifles, they're dead. They are simply dead. And I have more range units here. Ready, good luck, have fun. I have a cannon. I'm just gonna blast them, right? Like, the build is very straightforward. Yeah, just sit back and relax in your box and hopefully don't get overrun by cav. And then once he's worn down, I can capture points. We have Marcus and all that, the huge. He can go for a slow push infantry build, but I have Sunmaker. We should be fine. Yeah, we got a lot of spears. We got a hell of a lot of spears here. What is this? It's Cav Max. Has Tsarina Katerin with Death Frost. But nothing should really be able to kill the long rifles. And I can just park over here with chillin'. This is 5 units. He has 4 stealthed up somewhere. Could be ambushers. But of course the long rifles do quite well against them. I'm just gonna shoot the Griffin Legion at the start, I think. I believe that's all I really want to do. We're gonna break the box a little bit just so I can push and maybe get a point. Now, is he just gonna full rush me or what? Long rifles get a pretty nice hit. I didn't get the net off, but it's okay. Get in there, boys. Hold the line. This is just a full cav build. This might just be a full cav build. Those wing lancers do not like the long rifles, though. He's gonna try and get in. This is why we have cavalry. We're just gonna hard box it up, right? Just hard box it. So here they come. Brace, man, brace. Brace, dang it. Oh, he's getting in there. Oh, he's going for it. I need the net. Ooh, that was close. Thankfully, Marcus Wolfheart's Jad. You thought you were getting in? Not today, good sir, not today. Oh, dang, that's a lot of cav. Okay, so it is just a full cav max. That net saved my butt, though, because now he doesn't have a sweet charge on me. We just got to kill off the Griffin Legion. Kill off all the elites. We're going to pull back with these boys. And then we're going to charge the Griffin Legion. If they don't get their charge bonus, I'm happy. Long rifles. Oh, boy, the net wore off. He's stuck in spears, though, right? He's stuck in spears. There's no way this ends well for him. Get onto the cannons. Fire over there. But yeah, he's just stuck in the mosh pit. And if I just keep running away with these guys, hopefully they live. Doesn't have a lot of range, and Katarin's miles away. Katarin's actually so far away. I don't know what she's doing. She definitely could have helped participate in this fight. It's not like I could really snipe her. Griffin Legion do disengage. So we want to start reforming up the box. If he had Hawks of Miska, that would be really bad. Oh, he's trying to disengage with the Griffin Legion. A little bit of a misplay there. Gonna hurt him. Ouch. Gets a pretty solid charge. Gets the Katarin in. But all his cav is basically dead at this point. I think we just gotta capture one of the points and I'll be fine. I think we'll be good. It's just Katarin versus the world now. In the end, I think my build kind of hard countered him. Oh, he has ambushers here. Okay. But yeah, I feel like my build just kind of countered him. There wasn't that much he could really bring or summon in to beat this. And the longer the game went on, the more I would just shoot him with cannons. So it felt like it was pretty screwed. Oh my gosh, my long rifles lived. Glorious. The Griffin Legion disengage really hurt him, by the way. That's why we summoned that cavalry unit. And now we just got to retake points. So if I just bring in the Empire Knights, we'll be okay. I like it, though. I like the skew build. Skew build is hype. Oh, dang. Katarin's still romping around even with the net on her. We can blast her, though. She's not going to like that. The main tide has arrived. Miss microed slightly over there. The Katarin, yeah, she's just going to be getting shot up for a little while. We have one capture point and a lot of time. He's only at 600 tickets. Overall, a fairly fast game. Let's get more spears in here. Save my guys from the Katarin. Let's just block formation it. Marcus can get fire at will on. Here comes the cav. Let's just rout off his fools over there. We're sitting very comfortably now, though. I don't have to sweat it. Oh, dang. Death Frost on Marcus. How much life does he have? I think he barely lives. I'll take that. Get a Melkoth's on the Winged Lancers. And then I just gotta get the main tide in here. Whoop. Alley-oop. We gotta pull the cavalry through the spears. Make it hard for his cavalry to get good coverage here. Marcus is barely gonna live. Melkoth is doing okay. And it looks like my guys are barely gonna get charged. Well, little miss micro there. Especially given that we have a lot of infantry coming on in. I would really love to have a little bit of extra DACA. But we have a massive value lead. Katarin's gone. She is no longer a problem. Gotta finish her off with the Lord Loss penalty. And Marcus will be totally fine. I don't think Marcus is gonna die. Not with another Melkoth. Just gotta capture me a point. And now what? Yeah, he only has infantry left. Those are dervishes. They'll lose to my knights. How wonderful. And Katarin's dead. Let's go. Army went into the box, did not come back out. Yeah, the Marcus net in the box is just a death sentence. Even if he did kill the long rifles, he would have died either way. I think there's not a lot of ways you can actually beat this Empire build. Kislev really doesn't like long rifle type units. The same will happen against Grand Cathay. The only difference is that their cavalry will stomp Grand Cathay, but Kislev really hates any like Giselle or long rifle unit. Oh, this is just Cossacks. Well, let's get some anti-infantry cavalry on them, why don't we? And with this win, we're going to be fighting against the Wood Elves. The good old Woodies. They are a little terrifying. And it'll be a good practice test to see if we have the chops to beat them. Very likely we're going to be facing Chariks too. Double scary. And I'm getting hungry. I really want to get some food. So we'll see if Hungry Anticity can still carry out the victory. This will be tired Chariks though, right? Because it's got to be late for him. So very likely we'll both be debuffed. I look forward to it. Bro, the main tide. Main tide's good. Wind spell for the infantry. So we saw the same thing with the dragon breaths against my infantry. Empire infantry are simply so cheap that it's not worth to cast magic on them. The only thing that you would want is maybe like a burning head. But these guys are basically goblins, right? They cost the same amount as goblins. So imagine being like, I'm gonna specifically bring some tech to shut down those gobos, you know? That would be kind of ludicrous. Hungricity, yep. The hunger. I heal while I'm in melee. Bro, these long rifles, man. They pay for themselves. They're on it. They're on their way. But yeah, it's mega over now. It's mega over. I can get the Sunmaker. I can get the Sunmaker in here. What's the disadvantage of Empire? Empire cannot rush. They have one of the weakest rushes in the entire game. So if you can figure out a way to get a build where the Empire has to advance towards you, you're generally winning. There's another problem though, in that Empire is generally one of the best artillery factions in the game. But they can also what's it? Yeah, they can bring artillery, but if they do, you can still potentially get a pretty strong rush on the Empire. And yeah, it is going to be Chariks. Oh boy. Oh boy, does he still got it? Yo, yo. Oh boy. Changer's Madhouse, Chateau, and Lost Temple. Ban Lost Temple. That's pretty straightforward. But yeah, basically Empire's trying to get you to play aggressive. And in trying to get you to play aggressive, they might open themselves up to getting rushed. That's basically the gist of it. Oh boy. He wants to play Chateau, alright. So Empire versus Wood Elves. I have a build. It's okay. I'm not super impressed by this build. I really feel like it could be better. Wood Elves in general, though, they do bleed. So we'll just hope for the best, I guess. We'll just hope for the best. For Trebtech against Empire. Yep, there you go. Oh boy. You think Tide Call is worth casting on them? If there's 2 units? Yeah. So like getting the unit to route is more important than value a lot of the time. So like Vampire Coast could use Tide Call. We did play against Coast earlier though, and it wasn't super great. But there are methods. There are methods to bully Empire. I do generally feel like they're quite strong as a generalist faction. But then they're still nowhere near Wood Elves. Wood Elves are simply just stronger against many factions, but we'll see. If I beat Charix here, that's a really good sign for Empire. If we don't, it means I should be a little bit more careful with them. Alright. Just messaging my opponent. I don't think there's a lot he could do versus that build. It's quite strong versus Infantry Kislev, and it's quite strong versus Cav. Kislev. Alrighty. Net maxing, crossbow max. Well, I have Marcus again. Marcus is like, unless you're doing a kite build, Marcus is just amazing. Weight Watchers are basically artillery. Kind of. They're like short range artillery. Their damage is crazy though. Alright. Played Warhammer 1 online like 10 years ago. Hype. So here's the idea. I need to micro like a god. So here's the thing. I have a bunch of huntsmen. We have a bunch of spears ready to help him out. Just in case he's cav rushing me, we're gonna hang back. And then maybe he uses the cavalry to try and capture these side points, right? You know, and then I just ambush him with a bunch of huntsmen, and then we get a free win. That's my 1 win condition. Well, at least currently. I can try and draw him forwards and use the Sunmaker. That can bully him pretty hard. And of course, having a ludicrous number of spears is just nice. Classic Mantide. But if he out-archers me, he crushes these guys. They can't really do much. He has the Drycha. Alright. This is a little bit of a summon. I'm not seeing many units though. Looks like this is an infantry heavy Charix. So we'll chill, we'll relax. What I'm thinking is I'll get some long rifles. Yeah, you see these Waystalkers though? I can't summon in the long rifles until after the Waystalkers have used their ammunition. Now he gets an Arrows of Kurnos out on my wizard. Now that's a surprising one. And Drycha's just going for it. Alright, so she's gonna rout off one of my huntsman units. That's okay. So I don't have to worry about the summon anymore, but I lose a huntsman. It's not the end of the world. It's definitely a good play for my opponent. But we're still chilling. Huntsman will mostly escape too. That's nice. We're just gonna play keep away from the Dryads. Maybe use a Spearman to body block them a bit. We'll just shoot Drycha a tiny bit. There we go. Just a little love, a little peppering. All right, nice. And then the Bright Wizard is routing off to the Waystalkers. Now that's a little bit of a misplay. But if he uses a second Arrows of Kurnos, we're pretty in the clear. Those shots are homing though. Should not have let him get routed off so easily. A little bit of an oopsie-doopsies there. Anyway, I can like net Dreicha though and just like shoot her to death. She's a little far range, but it's actually kind of worth if we can get a good amount of damage here. A little overextended. She will certainly take some damage here. And I'm gonna keep the wizard far away so that he uses his Arrows of Kurnos on him. In the end, he's a relatively cheap wizard. So I'm kind of happy to do that. Alright, now there's his boys. Arrows of Kurnos should be coming off cooldown very soon. Maybe I'll summon in a cav unit and he'll use it on the cavalry. We'll see. Gonna have to turn off Fire at Will now to try and ambush these Way Watchers. They're rather painful. Come on, I know you got an Arrows of Kurnos in you. I know you got an Arrows of Kurnos just waiting to get used. There it is. It's just gonna be one. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna start blasting. And so we started blasting. All right. So he will have another Arrows of Kurnos for the Sunmaker, but it's gonna be quite slow, right? The wizard might even rally, but it looks like probably not. Damage sustained is a little too high for him. We're just gonna make some big plays, push forwards, use the stealth on these guys to maybe jump some Way Watchers here. Gonna shoot at my cavalry. That's okay. We got a decent dodge actually. Oh dang, he's focusing Marcus super hard. That's not good. Well, actually, maybe we can just shoot up the Dryads. Marcus can run back to safety. I don't really need the magic right now. We can chill for a little bit at least. All right, there we go. A little bit of deeps in there. So we're gonna kill off some Dryads. We can go for the flank point, and I can get some long rifles to start pressuring. That'll be okay. Can I get a barrage over here, mayhaps? Got a nice Malkoth's on me. That's painful. We are not a fan of that. But if I can overwhelm these flanks even a little bit, I'm happy. Okay, decent Sunmaker shot. It's gonna get a little bit of deeps in there. I'll take it. In the meantime, we'll have our cavalry looping in. We have our long rifles in position. They'll do great. Value trading's not great for me at all right now. But yeah, we'll see how much damage he gets on this. Doesn't kill an entity on the Sunmaker. That's good. All right. It's decent. It's decent. But now he has Wild Riders. Now, I do have some counter cav to get in there. And Marcus does have a net. Still gotta make sure that the Way Watchers don't bully us. Here we go. Let's get some good engagements over there. Let's use the cavalry efficiently. These Wild Riders. Yeah, I gotta be really careful that the Way Watchers don't show up here and just bully me. We do have quite the man tide. I'll give it that. Zotes are in there. They're cooking. Alright, can we get another blast over there? I just gotta shut down this cav unit. We shut them down, we'll be okay. I can chase the Way Watchers off a little bit too while we're here with such an infantry advantage. We're gonna have to turn on Fire at Will again. He does route off the long rifles. Unfortunate circumstance. But we're still doing okay-ish. I think it's time we get the Bright Wizard back too. Dang, those Dryads though, they really don't route, do they? Zotes are getting in too. Look at them go. Got a couple Zotes. I'm not liking this trade at all right now. Now, the Sunmaker being alive is good, and we do still have quite a bit of a man tide. But Marcus is definitely suffering. He's used most of his Arrows of Kurnos though, and I will be able to start getting some pretty sweet burning heads down the pipe. The question is, though, can I kill the cavalry? So here come the stag knights. We're just gonna net them. Yeah, we're just gonna net them. There you go. That'll blast them pretty hard. The stag knights over, or the cavalry over here, we're just gonna charge them up. Get a 6 surround going. Very nice. We're gonna get a flaming sword, and then hopefully I have enough DACA here to ward them off. Sunmaker is still alive too. Yes. This does not feel very comfortable overall, though. This feels positively terrible. Flaming sword is gonna help chunk through the physical resist a little bit at least, and I will be able to capture another point. But this is a bad situation. I guess I have the long rifles in here. I guess they're okay. All right, I gotta have to get rid of this artillery piece now. Get him, flaming sword. Beat him up. Beat him up, you darn flaming sword. Get him. How's my cav doing? They're doing okay. I have a couple guys over here. Okay. We're gonna brace for the cav charge. And hopefully it's gonna be enough to rout off this cavalry. They're very rout resistant, aren't they? And my artillery's dead. Dang. Yeah, I think wood elves are just a little too strong here, right? I do kind of wonder. I did kind of misplay with the wizard too. I let him get shot up by the waystalker, so he had more arrows of Kurnos left over than he should have. But yeah, I think unless I don't know, long rifles die to arrows of Kurnos super hard, super duper hard. He did have 2 arrows of Kurnos casters, right? No, he only had 1. Oh, that's what was happening. Okay, yeah, he just had 2 waystalkers. One of them had arrows of Kurnos, yeah, because of the army limit. So maybe I should have just brought in the long rifles then. I think I should have just brought in the long rifles and it would have been okay. At this point, he's overrun us. Weight Watchers a little too much. GG, well played. GG, well played. I think this wasn't the perfect build versus Wood Elves. Charx is a beast. Undoubtedly so. I think Wood Elves is definitely really strong. It was a tussle, but it felt like he always had the advantage. Huntsmen were okay. His Weight Watchers also were only okay. I do feel like if I had more archers, it would have been pretty rough for him because he didn't have that much infantry. I'll workshop a build and then we'll call it a day. Well played to Charx though. Let's see here. At Charx. Well played. And congrats on the tourney win. Coming back into the scene. Yeah, I think I need to optimize the build a little bit. It's interesting going for just a naked waystalker, literally just for a little bit of sniping action. He's spooky. He's spooky. This doesn't feel Empire favored. But maybe I'm just doing it wrong. How'd the Sunmaker do? Only okay, right? So Sunmaker's better versus a mass archer build. How'd my Cav do? Only okay, because I'm Melkoths, right? I think Knights of the Blazing Sun are generally better here. So let's actually, yeah, let's stick with the Knights of the Blazing Sun. I think the Bright Wizard on a horse is still what you want to do, but you have to not be so aggressive with them. Me not having Burning Head the whole game was really painful. And yeah, I think you just, you can take him on foot. You can go super cheap with them too. How'd Marcus feel? I don't know how I feel about Marcus either. Yeah, Waystalkers versus Empire are a pain. I can't really take War Wagons versus the Way Watchers. So this seems like a good enough Cav Corps. I think one thing I could try, I could just try to overwhelm him with long rifles. So like you could just do like similar to Kislev, right? You just take a bunch of long rifles and you can't physically shoot them all without rushing. Waystalkers are still a little bit of a problem, though. I think Marcus doesn't offer enough vision. I feel like I need a guy to give vision. Like, I don't even really need the net, do I? Marcus is better if you're being rushed. I'm almost thinking you just go for a Boris. Because I already have a unit that he can use his Arrows of Kurnos on. So if I take Boris, then that should be okay. Yeah, Knights of the Blazing Sun feel good. And then I think I do still want Huntsman. But starting with the long rifles will give me a lot more space. Huntsman felt not bad though. Like, I think like Huntsman with cavalry support go pretty hard. Wizard's cheap enough where he's not worth focus firing. And then, yeah, I can take a few Huntsmen here. I still need the Sunmaker for a more archer-heavy style of play. I could also take a Mortar, but we already saw how easily they are dodged, so probably no Mortar. I kind of like the idea of like a Huntsman and a bunch of archers. But I need to force him to go on the aggressive. He was pretty comfortably on the defensive the whole game. Alternatively, I swap out the Sunmaker for like 3 Mortars. Because that way it can't get Arrows of Kurnos, and that can actually force him forwards better. That's kind of funny. You know what? Maybe I do go for the Mortars. I just need some sort of forcing tool that's not going to die. And I think Mortars are a pretty solid choice there. Especially because he doesn't have so many Arrows of Kurnos. Then we just got to kill the Cavalry, which I have Knights of the Blazing Sun and Empire Knights for. And then, yeah, and then he shouldn't be able to rush. Yeah, triple Mortar would be a lot of APM to dodge. I could just start with Mortars too. Okay, what's stopping me from just starting with Mortars? Because the long rifles, I don't want him to just kite them all game. I really feel like them being in reserve is better. I could start with the Mortars and start with the Cavalry. So that way we have a little bit of a cav advantage. Knights of the Blazing Sun are more resistant to Melkots. I could even heal because Melkots is so popular. I know every time I see a life caster when I'm Melkot spamming, I'm like, crap. He's just gonna counter it with Earthblood all day. I do lose out on Burning Head though, but it's cheap. It's insanely cheap, right? You can just take a Jade Wizard. Why so much anti-large? The normal state troops aren't really that useful. And they're kind of just more expensive. And Dryads I intend to kill with cavalry, so. But yeah, I kind of like the direction this is going. I could even just, let's see here. I could run him with Regrowth, or I can run him with Earthblood. I think Earthblood is better. So, I like where this is going, right? So now he can't really snipe me. I have healing, I have anti-Melkots tech. Maybe I will take 2 swordsmen here just for some Dryads. We have Mortars to force him forwards. We'll have a 3rd Mortar to really force him forwards. Nothing expensive. And then we have quad Knights of the Blazing Sun and 2 Empire Knights. They trade fairly evenly into Wild Riders. With the Archer support, Stag Knights are not a problem. This feels like a much better build. You think Regrowth makes Way Watchers sad? They can kind of snipe stuff. But yeah, I like having Boris too, because he can fly above the Way Watchers for the Mortars to get line of sight. I think this just feels like a smarter build. Empire versus Wood Elves is a matchup I haven't played very often. But yeah, the Huntsmen were kind of experimental. This feels better. This feels better. All right. Well, GG's. I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna get some food. That was a very nice, quick tournament. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming on in and playing. Charix, the absolute menace, gets the win with the Wood Elves. I think I would personally prefer playing on the Wood Elf side, but Charix makes it so much harder. Let's see here, and I'm just gonna quickly check to see if there's someone we can raid. If not, we'll just close it out. Warhammer 3. I would love to see more games with Charix in the future, by the way. You know, if I'm playing against them though, I'm gonna ban his like high elves or wood elves. At least I have that one advantage. But no one to raid. So peace out. Thank you very much to our supporters. Clint, Terry Talkleby, Pops, Miss New Booty, Steven Samorden, Charlie Benjo, Noble Naldor, and Ogun Dorner. You guys are great. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another SFT. I'm thinking we will go for another meta faction. And that meta faction will likely be, let me see. It's likely gonna be, ooh, maybe Bretonia or Norska. It's gonna be one of those. Should be sick.